Today, I'm going to show you how to properly raise your pet reptile's humidity. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Sebastian from MYIMAL, and today I'm going to be showing you how to properly raise and maintain your pet reptile's humidity level in their terrarium. So reptile's skin doesn't hold moisture very well, so it's really important for you to make sure that your pet reptile's humidity level is where it is supposed to be for that specific species. The proper humidity levels for reptiles is super important, especially tropical reptiles like emerald tree boas or green tree pythons that need extremely high humidity levels, because if they don't have the proper humidity level, then they're going to have a very hard time shedding their skin. And if your pet snake, for example, is not shedding their skin properly and it just keeps building up and building up over time, then they're going to have a lot of issues from that, especially if they have stuck shed on their eye caps. That could actually blind them if you leave it on for too long. So you definitely want to make sure that you are providing the proper humidity so that they can shed that skin off. So this is our ball python's terrarium. As you can see, he's heading into his hide right there. So I just wanted to use this as an example. So the easiest and simplest way for you to raise humidity in your pet reptile's terrarium would be just to have a water bowl like this, or any type of water bowl, and just have it on the warm side, whether that's on top of the heat pad or underneath the heat lamp. Either way, doesn't matter, as long as it would be on the warm side, so that when the water evaporates, humidity is just naturally created through condensation. So you want to make sure that the water bowl is always full, and you can even use a squirt water bottle that you could get at any sports store, and you could actually squirt the water directly in your pet snake's or lizard's mouth. So, but that would depend on where your reptile is from, because if you have an animal like a high humidity loving reptile, like a super tropical reptile, then just using the water bowl as the only source of humidity will definitely not work. But using the bottle or a dripper would definitely work for a tropical animal like that, but it would just be a manual thing that you would have to do every day. Another way to increase humidity for your pet reptile would be to use a substrate that is water retaining. So in here we have a mix of bark and eco earth, which will retain humidity great. Now ball pythons don't need that much humidity, only around 60%. Realistically, you could probably spray them down twice a week and they would be fine like that. But if you wanted to add even more humidity and more water retention in the substrate, then you can also add moss like we have here. This sphagnum moss works perfectly, and it retains way more water than any of these substrates. So definitely, if you have a tropical animal, then consider using eco earth or bark and mixing it all up with moss. Now, spraying down the terrarium is definitely a great option, especially for those very tropical snakes, like for example the emerald tree boas, that will basically only be hiding in the branches above, so they're not going to come down to the water bowl. You're definitely going to need some sort of spray bottle. For example, like this is one that you would pump and spray, and this works great for just spraying down the whole terrarium very quickly. But if you wanted to go something simpler and cheaper, you could definitely just get a normal spray bottle that you would get for your plants, and you could just spray down the whole cage. And then especially for those super tropical snakes and lizards, you could just have a whole misting system set up so that it would be spraying during specific times of the day, and you could always make sure that they are automatically spraying, and your snake or lizard would definitely have the right amount of humidity if they need 90% plus, like a South Florida snake or a South American snake that would live in the jungle would definitely need something like that. Or you can even just get a humidifier. Now that would all depend on what would work best for you, but like you could see here, ball python here, is perfect like this, but this will be different for every type of snake or lizard that you would have. So before getting your pet reptile, make sure you know what humidity levels they need, and make sure you can actually provide that level of humidity for them, whether you need just a water bowl on the warm side, or just some moss, or maybe you need a whole misting kit. You definitely want to make sure that you know what you're doing, and that you could actually provide that once you do know what you're doing. So that's basically everything for today's video. Thank you everybody for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.